Do I go for it? 17%, 10 chance. Let's go for it. It's obviously gonna be a failure, but yeah. Ow. Ow, ow, ow.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand, and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
Ow.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
I'm a cop.
Your fist cracks in his hand like a
Ooh.
ripe apple. Pain shoots up into your brain as he's twisting it more and more.
The words to the song have changed. Say, I am a violent drunk.
I won't fucking say anything.
Your hand twists in his grip and the pain blinds you. Still you press the words out of your swollen mouth.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
Dang. Alright, let's go racist.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Listen, I'm new to this world. Help me understand, you know? What's up?
Do you?
This is for the thing.
The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then, to you, he lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously a liberal, Sayolite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices.
Hmm.
Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself.
Yeah,
There
don't
are
deny me
three
the truth.
categories of race.
Oh,
Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need an occasion of?
oh man. Yo, look, I opened this loot chest. I got a CF tier race cauldron of pederasty. Yo. Tight.
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding.
It's not.
A receding genetic
No.
pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades in Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet, little green tassels on their hats.
Smash is describing characters.
You know them by the names of their nation states.
They're the
The
Dutch!
Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them
It's the
Maun.
Dutch! Why did I not register with the clogs?
Mahoon is a derogative term for first world people of Gotwaldian descent.
Oh my god.
They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Uhu, are much more lactose intolerant.
Clogs though?
In some municipalities of Oranje, people do wear shoes made of wood to street parades. Green, orange, and even yellow tassels have also been seen on hats.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
Colorful tassels are, let's be honest, not a good sartorial choice for this century. You might want to avoid wooden clogs too.
The
Okay, fair.
Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have type A race propensities. The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
Ah, don't we all?
Overproduction of sebum. sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum. As proven by the Mound and the Mask, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Seminese and the Areopagites are on the ascent.
Okay, I'm not even gonna listen to everything here. So what's the difference between them and... Yeah, what's
The
the difference?
Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Seminese are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls. The latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Semeno-Areopagite or Simeopagite superrace. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
Type Bs?
Type B are the
Type B chatters?
unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the Great Race. The Koikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people.
The Khoikos of Grad, Yugo, Zhimsk, Shest et al. Are what you would call white, officer, in a suspect description.
I've been trying to identify them as white.
Yes, to an untrained eye, the Koiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich.
Oh, I'm so
Look
hungry.
into their eyes and
Oh,
you will
God.
see. They are of an indistinct color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, muddy, and ashen.
Was it like Benjamin Franklin? Or which of the other founding fathers was it in the U.S. that was like everyone in Europe that isn't British has a swarthy complexion. Only the British are white.
Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking Al Rhul and smoking the degenerate tobacco herb, and for eating potato. The Khoiko, the
Potatoes are
countless
fine.
micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with potat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
Don't you like ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inert spoilage called demos.
And the Vacholias.
The Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the Racial Cauldron. Two mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000
Hey, listen. Being number one from the other side, that's pretty much a pretty big achievement,
Is
I would say.
82,000 years that we've been recording history. You have very little idea of what is happening. But that seems a little off.
Pretty sure history hasn't lasted that
The
long.
mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, my Chespius.
I don't know enough about the revolution to know anything. Like, I understand they were kind of commies, but I don't have context beyond that, so I'm just gonna say, what was this?
The revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zara's ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia.
Hmm.
The revolution is fatal familial insomnia. A hereditary condition passed from the Khoico to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade routes and potate acid, the prime component of the potato.
He really hates potatoes here.
Enough of type mediocrity. Tips CF are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Chimeric experiments.
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Semenese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Semenese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring. The mosquito
That's
is born
not genetic.
sterile,
Okay.
like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to
What?
aggressive
What
El
is this?
Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Maybe I don't know anything, but that doesn't sound
You
real.
are right. You have misunderstood. You lack basic phylogenetic education. Then there is the Semino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Semino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site.
Yeah, lay it
The
on me, buddy.
Khoico, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Semenese with the Khoico to produce a super worker of Semenese strength and grad servility.
Uh-huh.
This will never happen. The Semenese and the Khoico may have similar interbreeding problems as the mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Semenese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Khoico woman, or Khoika. But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type F. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on?
Wait a minute. But, so you're saying that they're the worst thing to exist, but then they don't exist? That doesn't seem real. Do I understand advanced
You
race theory?
understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
And how do I word the mystery?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly. I cannot possibly imagine what else we have to discuss.
Oh boy, but I'm currently internalizing, like, my way home, which I think is gonna be... Okay, how long will it take me to internalize this? An hour and 40 minutes. This remains 2 hours. Okay, fine, let's do it. Got an hour to kill, though. Oh, he wants to chat. What's up?
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere. I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that hook.
How else are we gonna get through the gates?
There must be some other way. Let's go see the yard again. It faces the other end of the harbor. We're done with Measurehead here. Let's
Alright.
think of something else.
I'm not gonna try attacking him again because the chances are extremely, extremely low. So we're in the yard. Let's take a look around. One car in good condition. Do I have medicine, by the way? No. Dang. Okay. Let's keep going. What's this?
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island, pointing toward the sea. It looks as if it's been reassembled piece by piece, secured and mounted in the air with the aid of numerous ropes and rods.
Who is
A
this?
silver plaque on the statue's pedestal reads, "I am Philip III, the Squanderer, the greatest of the Philippian kings of Revachol, son of Philip II, the opulent, father of Philip IV, the insane."
Insane. That's a great
Even by
moniker.
the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
In what way?
Well, he blew through the whole national treasury,
Wow.
starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he manage to blow through the entire
Stories
treasury?
have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. He
Various
called it the
chalices.
Sol Auron. It was obscene. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
No way, that's true.
But wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
What now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry, he was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
A bloated druggie?
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later, right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay.
So that's what the revolutionaries said, but that's not to say it was
Beneath
accurate.
the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
And the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled.
Mhm.
Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces.
Who restored it?
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue
Wow.
is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
So
People
nihilistic.
in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Those critics might have it wrong though. There's more to it than just ironism, but you can't say what precisely. Perhaps this art mystery will be solved at a later time. Philip III, the Squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Fair. Okay, something here. Yep, that's fair enough. What is this? I can take a white tank top. Oh, that would have given me physical instruments. Damn. Ooh, money. Hello. What's up?
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. A photograph is clutched in her hands, and there is a warm smile on her face. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile.
Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to ask some questions.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Okay, let's be rude.
Wait. She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Why?
Why? I just told you why.
Alright. She might know things, but alright, whatever. Hello?
A Stars Riker, one of the finest Zhimsk-made motor carriages ever. An oldie, but a goldie.
Who drive
Not
these?
many people outside of Grad, and Revachol West too, it appears.
Hey Kim, check this
A
out.
Stash Raiko KK2. That's a classic model. Never thought I'd see another one repainted after what happened last time.
What happened last
An
time,
old
Kim?
case for my precinct. A couple of Jim's migrants saw a Stash Raiko stopped in the street, painted just like this, muddy brown. Murdered the driver on the spot.
Ooh.
They said it was an honor killing, Hussar style. The Jim's community protested the trial, flying the banners of some old king or whatever. 5,000 came to protest.
Correction. 4,395. The fourth largest public protest of a criminal trial in Revachol.
I'm not gonna correct him on the size of the freaking protest. He's close enough. He's close enough. Could our driver have been could our man have been a
Could
driver?
it be another Stash Raiko murder? Honestly, that just doesn't seem like the type of vehicle our dead guy would drive. So my initial guess is the two are not related.
Who are the
People
James
we are
community?
paid to protect. Let's leave it at that.
And would they sentence
4
the
years
killers
for
too?
murder in Reunion. The perps were remorseful. Their sorry knocked 8 years off the sentence. That's the system.
The prisons in the greater Revachol Industrial Harbor are already full. Prisoners are expensive to maintain. The longer the sentence, the larger the cost.
Interesting.
Yes, detective?
They should have left it baby blue.
You sure you're not Jimsk?
Yes,
Okay.
you're sure you're not. Or if you are, it's only in that Revacholian way. 4 to 5% maximum.
Hey, we leveled up. Listen, I know we could try and go up in our physical instruments, but I genuinely, if it was such a low chance. Okay, hold on. Tasks is a map. No, there you go. What is this? Measurehead, formidable. What? Why can't I? Formidable. Huh. How tough is formidable? Well, I assume that it's too tough for this, so... yeah. What do we want to level up? Maybe let's leave it, although... we could need physical instrument at some point, but I'm gonna leave it for now. Just there. We can get up to 4 physical instruments. It just doesn't seem like it would be realistically enough. Okay, what's this?
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The
Alright.
windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
What
The
kinds?
driver has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
In the back
The
seat?
back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man. The title reads, Man from Eelmdal in the lost city of the Pygmies.
Mm-hmm.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual in this part of town. This is our guy.
I think it belongs to a tough guy.
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Hmm. Oh, I see coins. Let me yoink those. There's something here. What is this? Fritte. Can I talk to the other racist? Wait, there's some trash here. Magnesium. Alright.
Looking for something?
See something about rights and privileges of lorrymen?
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges.
That's a privilege.
Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient. Very prestigious.
It's kind of a union.
Hell no. It's a guild. Invitation only. Unions work for the rich fucks. They're basically the same. Been trying to fuck us out of our heritage in the name of profit, but you can't replace experience.
Uh-huh.
Trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass. Mark my words. Generations of practice and no laughing matter.
Alright, we're done here for now. Let's look at some funny magazines. Most able-bodied men. Alright. Okay, what's this place? Little store here. Yellow roses.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
What is this machine?
Oh, that's the tear machine.
But what is it?
It's a machine for tear. You know, you find tear outside, like bottles or whatever, and put it in the machine, then it gives you money.
And how I pick up tear for the tear
You
machine?
need a bag, I guess. We used to have some, but we gave them all out, so feel
Alright.
free to use it if you find a bag, though. I'm sure there are some out there, somewhere.
So that's how we make our money, I guess. What's that?
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles, nasal sprays, and blister packs. They all bear the Saint Baptiste Pharmaceutics logo. Their logo is the bloodless rose, pure white, untouched by harm.
Uh-huh.
Just ask me if you need anything from Saint Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma.
I kinda need this a little bit.
Here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
Yeah. What's we got here? Cool.
You see several packaged raincoats
Oh.
fill a low shelf beneath a display.
Alright, it's just raincoats. Come on, I'm not gonna ask what a raincoat is.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line there, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
This is not a good place for a recovering addict.
Guess not, no. I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health, but I guess you already know that.
I see. +1 physique, -1 morale. Huh. Interesting. So I could get drunk and punch the racist if I wanted. Okay.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to...
What's that magazine she's reading?
What magazine
You
reading?
mean this? This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not for sale.
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
I approve of this. Very futuristic.
She
But Yuri.
pops her raspberry-flavored bubblegum and nods. Her shoulders tense. She shuffles back only slightly. Bewilderment and repulsion root her in place. The lieutenant frowns at you before turning to the clerk with an apologetic half smile.
You mean this? This is Pop...
Looks like
What's-
it also has something called Police de la Mode.
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear. It's kind of funny. They're kind of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
Who's the numero uno guy, and does he look like this?
No, I don't think so.
Damn.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Let's just get out of here. How are we looking at the racism? Okay, we are an hour remaining, okay. 3T 70-o-matic. I don't know what that's in reference to. What do we have left to even do if we're waiting? Pigs go home, the street name is illegible. Lovely. Fuck the police. Alright, so We're very popular around here, huh? Let's see. We could could look through some other things here.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A
Can
cabbage
I
of
read the
papers hanging
case
from the board
files now?
with the permeable. Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric code on the margin. It always begins with HDB41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title. For example, HDB 411201170.
Okay, the next World
The next
Mural.
world mural.
And we're in those officer
Why,
precincts.
yes, your precinct number is 41.
And HDB.
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Haram Darjan Benzakin?
Yeah, no.
How long does it take to read a
It
case?
takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised. Where do you want to start?
The unsolvable case. We have half an hour to kill.
AKA Leslie and Burke, AKA the public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk, is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable.
Damn.
Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression.
Can we just keep them off the
You would
streets?
think that, but you're wrong. Where's the fun in exposing your genitals or breaking stuff in your own home? No, Leslie and Burke are on the corner of Main Street and Perdition because that's where the action is. Can you keep yourself off the streets?
Oh, fair
Threatening
enough.
fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street, because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
What is Leslie doing? Always take his pants off. Yep.
Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger. He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. You're drunk out of your mind on potent Pilsner. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face. Then you proceed to beat him unconscious with it. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open. You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore. can't get out of his apartment, an invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke, who knows, but both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved. Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The
Jesus.
end. Do you want to read another one?
I don't know. Do we have time for one more? We kinda... Oops, no, we kinda don't. So that's gonna be done in 18 minutes. So let's
Not
put them
much
away.
has changed in the meanwhile. But
Smell the
the
ledger.
acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed
Okay,
off on
let's
the
not-
cellulose. It now
let's not
forms the
get
base of the experience.
the
This
yellow
in the
paper.
back, you see thin, translucent copy paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
And what types are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct
Ooh.
fines. The middle ones are station calls. And the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of.
Right.
You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Misconduct
A
fine.
monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields,
I see.
but they appear pleasantly vague.
Station call.
These are quite sinister in turn. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
And field
A
autopsy.
dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs.
Alright, that's enough.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse.
Okay, let's get out of here. Still 13 minutes, but like, we'll get there pretty much now. So, let's see. Is there anything else we can take a look at around here? Can I talk to Kim? Does Kim want to talk about
Yes.
anything? I want to talk about you.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
Well, better together if we have more reports.
That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know?
Do you ever talk with yourself?
What do you mean?
You know, when you're thinking, do you ever have conversations with, like, your brain?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
Sure. So, how do you know?
What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his familiar mnemotechnique A6 and idly thumbs through a few pages.
Alright,
We all have our different mediums. His is written.
you're wearing glasses.
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to
Aw.
put the lieutenant down for this. But you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Yeah, I'm not gonna... I don't think I would have done that, so... Nah, just observing.
I guess you don't need glasses then.
Do I bring this up? I feel like at this point it's a bit late to bring this up. We've encountered two races, both of them acknowledged Kim's a different race, and we're like, hold on, you look different. Tell me a secret about
No.
yourself. Oh, okay. Okay,
The lieutenant nods.
I'm not gonna bother him about it. It's all for
Good.
now.
Let's change the subject.
7 minutes. Although, I don't know, we'll see. Actually, nah, I want to deal with the races before we end the episode here. It's gonna be the last thing we do. Anything new I can talk to you about, considering I've just had that
Nice
interaction?
aggression with the native. Don't let the chief fool you next time. You don't need to be that up in his face. Leave yourself space to move.
Not bad advice, actually. This might do the trick.
Let's talk about
Huh.
our right to work.
I am so tempted. Oh, I wish I had money to buy alcohol. But not in like that context. But I mean kind of in that context. Hey man, you got any advice?
I guess getting past the man ain't that simple after all. So, what now?
Withdraw money.
Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
Let's try and catch it.
The coin lands into your hand as if it has always belonged there. The swallow returns.
Appreciate it.
Always glad to help out the RCM. Shame I can't do more. Things are meager at the moment due to,
Right.
you know, the winter's fat is slowly running out and all. Still better than scabbing though.
Bro, Union has problems getting
Nothing
by.
to worry about really. The jam's a bit of a mess, cargo can't get in or out. The rationing is a bit stricter is all. Supplies should last the strike though.
Every little bit helps, you know.
I'm always glad to help out when possible. Not like these slithering scabs.
I'm so close to having enough, aren't I? Because I needed, what, like, 30? What, 3 something for the alcohol? Let's take a look.
A colorful display of
Again, I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and
$3.
cigarettes damage.
Kim, can I borrow 70 cents from you?
Yes?
Damn, okay. So I can get up to a bit. So I'm gonna go up. I know I've spent some time conceptualizing here, but can I see how tough that whole thing was?
The unpromising race pupil.
28%, it's formidable, 13. And we can get up to... Okay, if I put on the wife beater here, the tank top, we're up to physical instrument 3 plus those two at 42%. I can actually kind of get there, can't I? Spirit the corpse, chemistry, software. I feel like... Okay, I'm gonna go physical instruments. So that puts us over 50%, shouldn't it?
Unpromising race pupil.
But I promised Kim I'm not gonna do it again. Oh, man. Man. Oh, man. It's temporary, though, so... man. Okay, you know what? If he catches my arm again, I'm just going to be like, I'm sorry. He's gonna catch it, right? Oh! You got it.
Just like that.
Got smacked.
Instinct took over. A solid strike straight into his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break.
I'm not doing that anymore. 3 minutes to spare. I'm not going racist.
The man is reeling, gasping for air. Time stands still around you. In the distance, the sounds of the harbor are falling silent. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lip.
What should I do?
Don't wait. You've only got a millisecond. He's coming to. Time is breaking loose from the stupor. His left hand curls up into a fist. That fighting pose. Watch out. He's expecting the hook.
He's expecting the hook. So, do you want me to give him a 360 flying spin kick? Is that what you want me to do? Video game? Or composure? So not a hook. Let's... Yeah, sure, buddy. Oh my god, it works!
The man lands with a dull
What?
thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise. To your left is the button.
Disco
Slam
Inferno!
your fist on the button. The man collapses entirely, his head rolling to the side.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go before he gets up.
As you turn, a bright light catches your eye, making you squint.
I'm gonna get through this thought and that's gonna be in the episode. Where's it coming from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Yeah, I've been establishing my superstardom
Yeah.
hard.
You have. You're a big dick cop. Dick Mullen. Salam Rocky Baye. Badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
What's about?
Yeah,
Ludicrous Fantasy
you
World?
know. Beneath it is just heartbreak. A pulmonary tract infection. Atherosclerotic disease.
Oh.
This is where you say action and reconceptualize all that. Reinvent it as the world's first celebrity police officer. This is the beginning of your legend.
No, fuck it, action.
With a sudden flash, the world freezes around you, and you along with it. In an iconic monochrome solution, a black silhouette against a rasterized orange world. It's on.
And with that, that's gonna do it for today's episode. Wow. I'm very happy. We punched a racist in the face. And then did a 360 spin kick. Disco, yeah.